3, 2. Oh wait, you're already going.
Oh, sweet.
Okay. Hello, sweet. Hey, everybody.
Hi.
Okay. So welcome to a future podcast. Who knows when what will be? Called 7-8, and it's just conversations with individuals within the community, talking about the dance community itself, focusing on more upon the people in it, not the people running it. And we have one of our members,
Yeah.
pod person, I don't know.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Zach.
Yeah. Hi, everybody.
Yeah, funny enough, we did another recording, but that didn't. So it turns out stuff happens with your phone. Okay, but it's okay.
Yep.
We have a battery this time. Yeah, and it's working. It'll work. So, today's topic of the day. Very redundant. Is I've been talking to a lot of social dancers and going to a lot of places, and the thing that I've been focusing on, the thing that I've been seeing is there seems to be more animosity than I used to think about between the social dancers and the competitive dancers.
Interesting. Okay. I can see that.
And not so much animosity. It's just there's they don't interact as much as I thought. And I come from the perspective of a teacher, so I'm in very much both crowds. I love competing, love going out there, traveling, doing all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I also go to as many socials as I can and dance with as many people. But there's a reason for me doing it, monetary reasons, but also social and building the community. But when the community does more, I do more. So there's a reason for that. So I may not be in the best place to see the community as it is, since I have something to gain from the community growing. But you, though, before we start, what's your story? A little bit.
How I got into West Coast Swing.
Mm-hmm.
So, hi, my name is Zach. Got into West Coast Swing by, believe it or not, boxing. My old competition coach was like, hey, you need better footwork. Just learn to dance. I don't care what you do, just learn to dance. I was like, it has to be cool, it has to be contemporary, and a partner dance. And West Coast Swing checked off all those boxes, and started with the Championship Jack and Jill video.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It started with the Championship Jack and Jill video. I was like, oh, that's no way that's improvised at all. And I was like, it looked choreographed. So I was like, if it's improvised, if that's what they say, all right, I gotta learn it. It was like learning a new language, essentially.
Yeah.
So yeah, and there's a lot of similarities, but different approaches with boxing and West Coast Swing.
Oh, cool, excellent. So, got into West Coast Swing to kind of learn, get more footwork into your boxing, and then you wanted something that was cool, and so you chose the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, go us. And then and I think and then you got in contact with me at La Vida.
Yeah.
I taught there the other day, and so. Yeah, and you're a pandemic baby.
Yeah, I just started January 2021. Because I was like, I'm not going to wait until classes to start. I might as well just get good now, so when classes actually start, I'm actually ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
So that's why I did a good amount of privates with you during that time. From January through May, April-ish.
Yeah, around
something
that time.
like that, yeah.
Yeah. So one of the so again, the reason why we're coming here is because I've been talking to a lot of people, a lot of social dancers, and one of the things that we've talked about is that a lot of the social dancers and the competitors have a not tolerable, but not the most friendly view of each other. And I was curious what your view of social dancers are and what competitive dancers are and what your experience has been jumping into what seems to be the two different scenes.
Yeah, so I feel like the social dancers are fairly lax. They're happy to dance with just about anybody, whether it be someone who's just got out of a basics class for their first time, or it being a higher level dancer, But I feel with some of the higher level dancers I dance with, it's I'm doing you a favor. It's a charitable thing. I'm just it's not a good feeling, but hey, it is what it is. Question for you though. Have you noticed that it's a lot more severe the higher the level the dancer is, compared to someone who's an intermediate or novice trying to go into an intermediate?
Again, I don't know if I can really speak from this point because I've been a teacher ever since I started really competing.
Fair enough.
And I'm mostly a loner, so I don't really go with crowds. I usually go and dance with everybody. But I think it really depends upon the community. It depends upon where it is. Like the there is a trend. The higher skill level you are, the more you want to stay within your skill level or go better. And I would say the differences between social dancers, only social dancers, and competitive dancers is that social dancers more do it for fun and more of an easy type of relaxing, like going to dinner or something.
Yeah.
And competitive dancers do it to get better, to also have fun and communicate, but to improve their skills. So if we were like compare the dinner situation, just an average eater just goes out and orders something fun and nice to eat, but a competitive eater or a connoisseur of food, okay, will look at the menu and like, have to find the right flavors, the right thing, and they're going to taste and go through their movement the entire their not their movement their food the entire time, and so they're going to be a little bit more, well, you know.
they're like they're like that food critic you see on like TV and stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
well, not that bad.
Oh.
Okay. Well, maybe. Well, yeah. So I like what was it?
Not enough salt in this.
No. So it's raw. So yeah, that's the way I kind of see it. And so as you get better, as your language of the dance gets higher, you begin wanting that higher level of conversation.
Sure, for sure. Yeah, I can see that.
Where if you're not pursuing to continue getting better, okay, then you just want to dance with everybody. But people who are usually have put more time and effort into the dance are usually better, and they're fun to dance with because they can do a lot of stuff, interpret a lot of stuff, move a lot. And so that's where I feel like the differences of the community is. And cliques do form. Okay, whenever you go to a dance, there's always someone hanging around the DJ booth, except my dance, because my DJ booth, there's nowhere to sit. So you can't hang out there. So, but yeah. So
I mean, I can kind of see it if like a high level dancer is trying to get ready for a competition and they're trying to refine their skills. I totally see like declining a dance from a lower level dancer. No problem to me. It's like training. You know what I mean? Because like when it comes to boxing, if someone's trying to get ready for a fight that they have coming up, there's like social dancers and boxers. There's people who just do it like recreationally for like fun and a little bit of a workout. You know, it's not really. There's no strategy involved. It's just like throwing punches and bunches. Yeah. Getting that cardio workout in. Because I mean, let's face it, punching inanimate objects without like hurting yourself can be kind of addicting. I can, I see the appeal, just letting it all out and whatnot. But when you got a legitimate fighter who's, trained and getting ready for a fight, it's a completely different mindset. Nothing about it is fun. You got to diet, you got to run the miles, and when you spar to keep your tools sharp, you want to get ideally someone who's better than you to keep you honest, when you're sparring, or at least someone of your caliber. Because if you get like someone who's trying to get into it, go in, spar with like a competitive fighter, depending on the fighter, like it's kind of like one extreme more than another. It's like they could either be really nice to the beginner or they'll just go to town and show them this is boxing. Ideally, those are people from toxic gyms, and people who come from those gyms really don't have any brain cells anyway because they don't waste it away. Rather than actually taking care of yourself when you're training, which is what you're supposed to do. It's I can kind of see it, but I mean, you can at least be polite about it though, and not be as cold.
So, what has been your experience so far going out in social dancing and then meeting the competitive dancers?
Some of them, are fairly nice. They're very welcoming. Absolute sweethearts. But some of them, I feel it's just like, yeah, I'm dancing with this noob. It's like they're doing me a favor. They don't want to, like, it's never said out. It's never like said out loud, but it's always like you can definitely feel the tension. That nonverbal communication is like very blatant. And it's not a good feeling. So I'm just indifferent to it because I, also doing music, boxing, martial arts, boxing. Boxing's art to me. It's not just a sport; it's an art. Yeah. Any artist who's super deep into their stuff, they're usually self-centered, and it's just like, can I fault them for that? Like they're trying to do their profession, right? But sometimes it's like the social etiquette is just when they're so deep into it. It happens in the music scene too.
Yeah. So so it seems like it's a very normal thing.
For artists. I think it's an artist thing.
It's an artist thing.
Yeah.
So when you were here, I know that you spent a lot of time at KDC with Paul and Melinda.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, retired instructors. Okay, but you haven't. Have you gone to other scenes? You came to my dance once, and you did not have the greatest experience.
Yeah, it was just there was a lot going on at the time. I wasn't in the best mental mind space, so. But things are a lot better now.
Okay, cool.
You know what I mean? It was just a really.
I'll see you Thursday.
I work really early.
Oh.
And the dance is super late. I wish I could.
Okay.
I totally wish I could because I love your dances.
Okay.
But I've done the SDCC every other Sunday, which works for my schedule.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it works really well for my schedule, and it's like, it stops right at 9, which is just like, great. You know, I get enough sleep for the next day and whatnot. So yeah. But other than that, I haven't really ventured out to any other places.
I see.
Yeah, it's like like just due to some of the experiences I've had, dancing has just become less of a priority to me. Because it's just like what's the purpose of getting better, like competition wise, if I just don't like what I experienced from some of the higher level dancers. You know what I mean? Because I've danced with the champion at Easter Swing this past year. Very welcoming, very fun dancer. You know what I mean? Very, very nice and whatnot. But like some of the people who are, right below that is kind of cold. If I'm being honest, it makes me not want to be as active.
And in your experience, would you say that it's the majority of higher level competitive dancers, or is that like a minority or a neutral? As it doesn't matter.
People who are just kind of cold.
Yeah.
I would say about like 60 to 65%.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, I would say about 60 to 65%. Not everybody's like that, but like a fair amount of experiences are a little bit frequent. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
65%.
Yeah, there's some higher level dancers that are just absolute sweethearts no matter what, and it's just like, oh, that made my night 10 times better. You know what I mean? Like, to me, dancing's one of the best forms of medicine. When you get a good dancer and you guys just click. Yeah, it's a great feeling. You know what I mean? Like hitting a break in a certain part of the song that both of you guys know. It's a really cool feeling. Yeah. So. So yeah, that's what I would say.
Okay. All right. Cool. And are you saying? And this is now just perspective and like looking. And would you say it's a community type of thing, like a joint, like everyone just acts like that, or do you think each of those individuals of the 65% or 60 to 65% just acts that way, or do you think like it's just more like how cliques form and whatever?
I think it's just honestly, I think it's an individual thing because like I said, there's higher level dancers that are just nice 24/7, right? Great all around. Then there's some that are just like, they're cool like one time I see them, then like the next time I see them they're just like really cold. I'm just like, all right, icy hot, what you're trying to do, So I'm just becoming indifferent to it. I've learned to not take it personal. Yeah. Because it's just, why? There's really no purpose in taking it personal. I'm going to get better the best way that I can. If my improvement doesn't involve them, so be it. Okay. I'll find a way to get better. That's my mindset.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's a little sad.
It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. But it teaches me, like, now that I'm becoming a little bit more active in the music community now, like, there's a lot of newcomers in the scene compared to when I was doing it, like, 3-4 years ago. I feel like the senior and the freshman class. Like, there's so many new people. Yeah. And the way I look at it is like, we build as we climb. So like, if someone wants feedback, I'll give them honest, kind feedback. Not destroy them.
You suck.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
With a good face.
The only time I would tell someone that they absolutely suck would be in boxing, because it has deadly consequences. That's the only reason.
Oh, so you let them know they suck and they're going to hurt themselves if they keep doing this.
Yeah, and they're just like, oh, look at me, then like, look at my little typo workout. Like, no, dude, that's not going to cut it. Like, you're not going to be a great fighter if you can't, like, stay in the fight. And because there's some people, I kid you not, they spar and they look in the mirror. Absolutely. I'm just like, yo, if you're so concerned about what the crowd thinks of you when you're fighting, you deserve to be knocked out. I'm just saying, that's just boxing, but it's a completely different thing. You can't really bring that into like a more civilized community. I guess you can see.
Probably not.
You know what I mean? Like,
No.
you can't be in the dancing community and be like, yeah, you suck. You know, like in the middle of like finals.
Although I think it'd be hilarious, but like really, really toxic. We shouldn't do it.
No.
But I think it'd be really funny. We should do a spoof about it though.
No, that'll be hilarious. But yeah, boxing. Yeah, I think it's totally fun to tell someone that they suck.
Okay.
In my opinion, because like when you decide to fight, you're going to be facing people who have to box compared to you who probably started because you wanted to box.
Yeah, and it'd be kind of a little odd actually too. Like if you're in a sport where people are trying to knock each other out, and then someone says like you suck, and then your words.
Yeah.
We use our fists, not our words. You apologize.
Yeah, like there's nothing really diplomatic about it.
Yeah.
About boxing.
So
and that's why I don't do it anymore.
Yeah, but but the dancing kind of makes sense. I mean, like that would like there's a lot of egos in the community. Not a bad ego, like a bad thing. But there's like if you tell someone they suck, it kind of crush them down, create a bad experience, and then they don't want to compete anymore. Like being cold. Yeah.
It happens, but
which is interesting actually, because in a way, the coldness when they really treat you like that, or when they treat people like, and I felt it too, but I kept pushing. It kind of does. It is a way of saying that you suck.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you're not worthy at the time. Like I can dance with anybody. Why are you doing with me? And so like that is a way. Now, and that's another way of letting them know where their place is.
Yeah.
And so. And I've had those moments where I'm tired, I'm cranky, and I'm not in the best mind state, and someone asks me to dance like this thing, demanding my presence.
Yeah.
And I get super irritated because now I feel I'm being used. And I've had those thoughts of like, you could have danced with anybody and had the same experience, but you're dancing with me. And I'm having a worse experience right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but and then on those nights I'm going, oh, okay, I should not have come out tonight.
It happens,
yeah.
You know, and like, and the people who've been cold to me, I mean, they could have had an off day, and I don't know. I don't know their personal life, you know, so I can't really hold it against them. But it's still, pretty crappy feeling. But I mean, I get it, you know. I've just learned to take it on the chin and just be indifferent about it.
Yeah.
You know, but it's just like but it makes me prioritize dancing now compared to the other things I do in my life. It's not. I don't see it as high in my list of priorities now. Like, I would like to get better, absolutely, but at the rate that I wanted to, is it really worth it?
I see. Well, there we go. Look at us competitors, but look what we did.
Yep, all your fault.
Yeah. Okay. Well, okay, thank you for talking.
Yeah, not a problem. Experience. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
And out. Wait, no. 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh shit, I also was taking video notes.